Welcome to the Starting Up Podcast, episode 18. As always, I'm a minute late at least, as I am terrible in getting things together in time. But we're here. This week was a big week. Apple announced the iPhone 12 and went into detail about what is going to be included in the different iPhone 12 phone models. And this podcast in particular is going to break down what we've learned about the cameras that are coming in the new generation of iPhones. This podcast is live as always, well, as usual. So if you saw that high-speed event that Apple hosted that we're going to be talking about and referring to in today's podcast, let me know in the chat that you watched it, what you thought about it. Seeing those comments come in, gives me feedback that people are watching and that people can hear me and see me okay. And also, if you have any questions along this podcast, if you're watching this live on YouTube or Facebook, let me know any questions in the chat box as well. Cool. So, iPhone 12 and the cameras. Why are we talking about this today on a YouTube channel about successfully starting up an online brand using video, on YouTube, TikTok, OnlyFans, using video to be successful and becoming an influencer? Why are we talking about the iPhone 12? Well, more and more people are starting their creator brands, their influencer lifestyles using their phones. Think about when you're out on the street and you're getting an Instagram story, or you're shooting a TikTok on your phone, or you're maybe doing a YouTube short on the go. You're using your phone to do these videos. And the better quality video that you can put out there, this is just a rule of thumb, the better quality of the video, the better your video is probably going to perform. The viewer appreciates quality. So any cameras we can get that we can carry around in our pocket every day in our phones that are as good quality as possible, the better for our success as an online creator. And finally, having a good quality phone as well gives you flexibility. When you're walking around, if you haven't got your big SLR with you at all times, your big professional camera, you can use your phone and capture what you need to at the same time. And also the range of features that come out with cameras, so new special modes and features, gives you more flexibility as a creator. If your camera literally just points and shoots pictures, then there's only so many things you can do to add to your online presence. But if your camera does time lapses, if your camera does like filters and effects, there's more flexibility in what you can put out as part of your social media presence and as a creator. So the better the camera, the better online presence you're going to have. So that's why we're talking about iPhone 12 today, because it's such a popular phone that a lot of people can be expected to get or want to get, and we're going to see how useful it's going to be for you as aspiring creators. So what did we learn from the event this week about iPhone 12s? Well, we've got the obvious generic stuff that comes with a new iPhone announcement. The new phones are going to be faster. They're going to have better screens. There's probably going to be some bigger ones and some smaller ones. This stuff happens every year, and we're not going to focus on any of those unnecessary, irrelevant details. But one thing we did learn is there's going to be 4 iPhone 12s coming along. Let's have a look at those phones now. So as you can see to my right, we've got 4 iPhone 12s. I'm going to get this full screen. We've got the iPhone 12 mini on the right-hand side. Over here, we've got the iPhone 12, the second to the right. And then we've got the Pro series, so the third to the right or the second from the left. We've got the iPhone 12 Pro, and then the phone on the far left is the iPhone 12 Pro Max. I actually think it's great that Apple is giving this selection of different sizes and choices onto the iPhone, because there was this big trend at one point, for phones getting bigger and bigger, and I actually really like having a small phone in my pocket that I can pull out. So the announcement of the iPhone 12 mini is going to make my life a lot easier, and it's going to be more suitable for me as a creator for what I actually want personally. But then again, people want bigger phones too, so the iPhone 12 Pro Max being bigger on the left-hand side there is going to be suitable for those types of creators. So Apple has really come out and tried to give something for everyone, for all the different preferences and demands that the customers have got at the moment. Cool. So 2 things about these phones we're going to talk about quickly before we get on to the specifics of the camera. First off, all of those phones are going to be 5G compatible whenever they come out. So what this means, this is amazing for us as YouTubers, as video creators, because the faster the internet connection on our phone in our pocket, the faster we can upload the content that we're creating. So that's just a big win for creators. That's something you want to look for, a check mark. You want to like tick off your list of like criteria when you're looking for new phones. iPhone 12 5G compatible is nothing but a good thing for creators. You can download photos and source materials quicker to use in your content and upload your content quicker. And another small thing I thought would be good to mention for people who watch this channel and for aspiring video creators is this phone is more powerful than ever, Apple has come out and said. And basically, it's saying that there's a level of gaming in the new iPhone 12s that rivals console gaming. And one thing they did to demonstrate this is they've announced that League of Legends, let me try and get this on the computer while I'm telling you this, League of Legends is going to be on the new iPhone 12 at release. And League of Legends is a graphically intense game. I think it's previously been on PCs and consoles. But we can see now, look at the device here, and we get some of these photos up, that it's now going to be on your iPhone. And what this means is, as a result of the phone being more powerful and being able to handle these games, is I know that a lot of gamers watch these videos and aspiring gaming YouTubers, you're now going to be able to play games on your phone, record that gameplay on your phone, and upload that to your gaming account, whether it's a YouTube channel, a Twitch account. So that better performance is going to open a lot of doors for gaming YouTubers who only have phones. They can play better games now to put onto their online profiles, and also the faster internet connection means that they can upload those videos even quicker. So two little short things to get out of the way before we get onto the cameras. So we've got some people watching this stream now. Did any of you guys, are you interested in getting an iPhone 12? Did you watch the live event? Let me know in the chat. If you've got any questions as well, I'll have a look through and answer them. Let's just see what people are saying here. So Trippy Rex is watching, but he doesn't want to chat, or she doesn't want to chat. Oh, she, yeah, by the picture. That's all good. You don't have to chat if you're watching, but I'm hoping that I will be providing some useful information and really breaking down the iPhone cameras, what you can expect going forwards. So hopefully you enjoy what's to come. All right, cool. So let's open up, get an image up of the new phones. So I already announced that we are going to have 4 new iPhones coming, which I will get up on screen now. So the iPhone 12 mini on the right, the iPhone 12, the iPhone 12 Pro, and the iPhone 12 Pro Max on the left, so in that order. And we're going to break it down to the individual types of phones now. So let's get this one up first. On screen now, you're seeing the iPhone 12 and the iPhone 12 mini. Apple's confirmed that these two phones, so the lower price phones in the iPhone 12 price range, are going to have 2 cameras on the back. 2 cameras. They're going to have an ultra-wide camera on the back of them, and also a wide camera on the back of them. So those are the 12 mini and the 12 phones, the lower price phones. And then as you move up to the more expensive phones, we'll get the Pro and the Pro Max now. The Pro and the Pro Max are more expensive than those previous 2 phones. These phones are going to have 3 cameras on them. They're going to have an ultra-wide and a wide camera, same as the previous phones. And they're also going to have a telephoto lens. Now, a telephoto lens is a lens that zooms in. So that's going to give you that zoom potential that you didn't have for the mini and the standard 12. With the Pro and the Max, you're going to get a zoom lens in addition to the wide and the ultra wide that come on those lower price phones. And there were lots of different features that come with these cameras, but one of the biggest features and things that really interested and excited me is the iPhone 12 is going to have much better performance with their cameras in low light than any of their previous phones. I've got a quote here. Apple saying that there's going to be a 27% overall improvement in performance when you're using an iPhone 12 camera in low light compared to any of its previous phones. just as a baseline. It doesn't matter if you're on the Pro or the Max, baseline across all of the 12 cameras, 27% improvement on photos taken in low light or the dark. And the reason for that being is, I'm not going to get too technical, but the camera that comes with the 12 phones across all 4 of those phones has a 1.6 aperture. So what aperture means is, I'm not going to get technical, but the lower that number, so 1.6 is quite a low number, the lower you get, the more light the camera lets in dark situations, and the better photos taken in the dark look. And iPhone 12 cameras as a standard have a lower aperture, so better low light performance. I'm really excited about that. You're going to be able to shoot and make content in the evening without any surrounding floodlights or lights around you, and they're going to be sharper and just have better pictures and better overall quality because of that low light performance in the wide lens on all 4 of those cameras. Next up, Apple announced that all 4 of those phones, so let's get these back up, 1 second. All 4 of the iPhone 12 flagship phones are going to have Apple Deep Fusion technology baked into them, included in them. And this is another technology that helps people in low light. So what Apple Deep Fusion technology does, I've got some notes here, is in addition to the hardware improvements in the cameras that you're going to get on all 4 iPhone 12s, Deep Fusion is a software solution that helps you get even better pictures in those low light conditions. So people that want to make Instagram stories or YouTube videos out and about in the dark, you're getting even more technology baked into iPhone 12s to help you in those low light conditions. So Deep Fusion means sharper images in medium and low light environments because of the AI in that software on all iPhone 12 phones. I've got a website I can show you here, which gives you an example of Deep Fusion. I'll just get this up now for you. Cool, so here we go. Deep Fusion, it came on the iPhone 11, but only on some of the higher end iPhone 11s, but it's going to be in all iPhone 12 phones going forwards. And if we scroll down, here's an example of a Deep Fusion image that Apple showcases as an example of the technology. If we go down, we'll see a explanation of this. So the way Deep Fusion works is when you push the button to take a photo, the phone takes 9 images. It then compiles those images together. Oh, let me just fix this. It then compiles those images together using the neural engine, and it works through 24 million pixels at a time to decide across those 9 images which are the best pixels to use, and it combines it all into one overall photo from those 9 images, allowing you to get good quality photos in low to medium light. So if we look here, it says a little bit more of an explanation about the, I read it somewhere basically. So the low light in the shadows and the cardigan, the way that they're being brought out, you can actually see the color in those shadows and they're not just completely black anymore, is because of this Deep Fusion technology that was used in the phone that took these pictures. And Deep Fusion, like I said, is going to be included in all iPhone 12s moving forwards. So that's a really good thing for creators who want to shoot in low light conditions. Okay, yeah, in addition to that, all iPhone 12s, so the whole flagship fleet that I'll get back up on screen now, are going to have night mode included in them as well. So as well as using Deep Fusion technology, iPhone 12s are going to have a thing called night mode, which is also going to help you in low light on top of that. So you've got the better camera lens, you've got Deep Fusion, and you've now got night mode all working together to give you better photos in low light conditions and helping you become a better creator. So night mode, I've got some photos here actually what I can show you of night mode in action. So let's get those up for 1 second. Let's see some examples of night mode. Okay, so this was a competition that Apple ran where it asked its users to submit photos taken on an iPhone in night mode. And these are all photos taken in night mode. And you can see what night mode does is it takes photos in low light, but just keeps the quality there. Some of these photos are beautiful. And this technology of night mode is going to be included in all iPhone 12. So you'll be able to take photos like this in whatever iPhone 12 phone you choose. So this is going to give you more flexibility as a creator to get images for Instagram, YouTube, your YouTube posts, get videos on TikTok and YouTube videos in low light where there's no supporting light. You're going to be able to get photos where the detail is brought out just like these images at nighttime. I think these photos, the fact that these are all taken on iPhone is incredible. And this is exactly what night mode is going to do for you. The potential it's going to allow you to achieve as a creator. Like, it's going to open up the nighttime, so there's no barrier there. You can go out and take photos in the night the same way you could in the day and use that for your online social media presence. So I think it's amazing. Night mode, dark mode, and deep fusion. Those are the three technologies I wanted to show you that fall under the fact that iPhone 12 is going to be better in low light than any previous phone. And I actually found a little video here actually that Apple released where they have a video. Sorry, my computer's bugging out. Yeah, here we go. There's a video that Apple has shot at nighttime to show off their night mode technology. So if we open this video up now, I'm going to go into full screen. Cool. So what you're seeing here is a video completely filmed on the iPhone in like all in camera. There's no professional camera being used to get these shots. It's all shot by a phone in low light conditions to show you how powerful this phone is at nighttime. And I thought this video that Apple previewed at their live event further reiterates that this phone is going to be great at nighttime. Let me know what you think of this video. If you're watching, leave your feedback in the chat. But I was just blown away when I saw this. I think it's super powerful. So yeah, story short, iPhone 12 is going to be better at nighttime than ever before. But as we moved on to video there, we saw a video being shot on the iPhone 12. I think it's going to be good now to talk about the video potential that we're going to receive, that we're going to see in iPhone 12 phones. So first off the mark, iPhone 12s are going to have 4K recording across all of those 4 phones. So 4K resolution just means that your video files are bigger, so they can be shown on bigger screens and bigger devices without losing quality. They can be blown up and there's more original source video to be shown. So the bigger the file, so the bigger the K, 4K, 8K, you've heard all that stuff, the bigger the K, the higher quality those videos retain on larger devices. And also, even if you're not watching the 4K video on a large device, if that 4K video is being scaled down to be shown on your iPhone or to be shown on a standard laptop screen, it's going to look even better because it's a big file that's been made smaller. So it's going to be even sharper and just look higher quality. And that 4K resolution shooting, Apple confirmed, is going to be across all of their iPhone 12s. So really exciting to hear about that. But I think that was the case in previous phones anyway, like the iPhone 11 range. So nothing new there. But one thing that was new is Apple announced that across all of the iPhone 12s, as a baseline, they're going to be able to shoot in 4K, 30 frames per second with Dolby Vision. So you might not know what Dolby Vision is, or you might not know why this is exciting. So I actually got the Dolby Vision website up to show you. I'm just going to get that screen up on screen now. So that's just loading. This is the Dolby Vision website that I found when I went and did some investigating into what Dolby Vision is. This is the format that iPhone 12 film video in. So Dolby Vision, open your eyes for remarkable picture quality. If you scroll down. So basically I discovered what this Dolby Vision does is it basically makes your videos more colorful, and punchy. You know, they just stand out more and look better than other videos. So here is an example of Dolby Vision that Dolby supplies on their website. Let's just zoom this in a little bit. So on the left, we've got a clip, a sample of a video shot in Dolby Vision, and on the right, it was what it would look like if it wasn't shot in Dolby Vision. So here is the before picture, and then when you apply Dolby Vision to it, so a Dolby Vision supported camera, and it's viewed on a Dolby Vision device, we get these benefits. And you'll see if we go up here, extraordinary color, contrast, and brightness. So it just makes images and videos just look so much better. So that's one example. We'll move to another picture here that is given. So you can see it's quite dull and flat before Dolby Vision. And we move over and we see what it looked like with Dolby Vision supported. We're seeing this. And then if we go to the final photo, to the start, so that's it with Dolby Vision. This is what it would be without, without. And we can see that with Dolby Vision, it's just so much more colorful, eye-catching, and punchy. And that's technology that all iPhone 12s are going to have built into them. I believe they're the first phone that supports Dolby Vision, that you can actually shoot in Dolby Vision, so that when your end viewer watches them on a Dolby Vision supported device, which I believe the iPhone 12 is, Dolby Vision TVs are, they're going to get those added benefits of the better colors, the better saturation and punchiness, and this is the first phone to ever do that. So we've got 4K resolution, so better quality at a bigger resolution with your videos, and they're in Dolby Vision format, so you're going to get the color benefits in any content you create, which is going to help you unreservedly as a creator. In addition to that, as well as it being a Dolby Vision video that you're going to be able to shoot, there are also going to be HDR videos on the new iPhone 12 camera. So what does HDR mean? HDR basically means that in the end photo, you're going to see more quality in the shadows and also in the highlights. So the highlights, if I get really close to this camera, you'll see a highlight in my face there. And that is like my camera's extreme, my camera's limit, where I'm getting blown out and you're losing detail in the image. You have to come away from the light for those highlights not to get blown out. And a shadow, like what you're seeing over there off screen, like right in the edges, shadow is where you lose quality because it's too dark for the camera to see what's in those shadows. So you'll lose quality because it's too bright for the camera to see what's in the brightness, and in the shadows you normally lose quality because the camera can't see what's in the darkness. But what HDR support does in a camera is it gives you a wider range of what can be captured in the camera. So it's actually going to see details in those really bright areas, and it's going to see details in the dark shadows where other cameras won't have seen that detail. And the iPhone 12 has HDR support for the first time, I believe, in all of its phones across all videos that they shoot. So the iPhone 12, the iPhone 12 mini, the iPhone 12 Pro, and the iPhone 12 Pro Max is going to have that HDR support in their video for the first time ever. And that's going to give you a better end video when you upload that to whatever social media platform you upload it to. Your viewers are going to see more details in the shadows and in the highlights. So really exciting there, addition to the video. And yeah, I actually had some examples of HDR that I wanted to show you. So let's just get this website up, and I'm going to get up on here. Cool. So if we scroll down, and we can see some examples of what HDR is in action, so you can actually understand, what I'm trying to explain to you here. Okay, cool. So this is a night mode photo that we've spoken about in the past. This is also night mode shot in low light. And this is a HDR photo. So this photo would normally have a really bright sky at the top and like dark shadows in the rocks, but because it was taken in HDR, you're seeing all the details all throughout the rocks, all throughout the second layer of the rocks in the middle here, and all throughout the sky. And normally, that camera would normally compensate for either the sky, where you'd see the blue in the sky, but you'd just see the rocks and shadows, or you'd see the detail in the rocks, but the sky would be blown out and you wouldn't see any blue in it. But because there's a HDR camera taking this, you can see that detail all across the picture in both the bright areas and the dark areas. So that's the example of HDR. And that HDR support is not only going to be in videos on these phones, it's also going to be in cameras. I've just shown you this here. This obviously isn't a video, this is a picture. And that just shows you that HDR support on the iPhone 12 is going to be in both videos and photos as a standard. So really exciting. If you've got any opinions on this, if you're excited about this stuff coming out, let me know in the chat, because I think I'm going to get an iPhone 12. Like, this is going to open up so much more opportunity for my creativity, to be able to shoot things when I'm out in the evenings or the dark, or when I'm in locations where there's a real bright area and a real dark area. It's going to get that whole range of detail. So I'm really excited about this. If any of you guys have got any opinions on this phone, if you think another phone's better, I'd be really keen to hear your opinions in the chat. Cool. So we have looked at the iPhone 12 and the iPhone 12 mini that you'll see on screen now. We're now going to move over to, well, actually, let me correct that. We've looked at features that are going to be included in all of the 4 new iPhone 12s that have been announced, whether it's the lower cost mini or the 12, or the higher cost Pro, 12 Pro, or the 12 Pro Max. Everything I've spoken about before, so night mode, deep fusion, HDR, it's going to be in all of those phones. But obviously, Apple has to keep something back and limit some features for the more expensive phones to tempt you to buy those more expensive phones. And we're going to look at these new, more expensive phones now, which I will get on screen for you. You'll see we've got the iPhone 12 Pro on the right and the iPhone 12 Pro Max on the left. So these phones have some extra features in their camera that are going to potentially be even more lucrative for you and interesting for you as a creator than what we're getting as the basic package across the basic phone. So let's see what these phones have exclusive to them. So first off, Apple Pro RAW. So this is only going to be in the iPhone 12 Pro and the iPhone 12 Pro Max. Apple Pro RAW, and that's a feature, a format that you're going to see a benefit with in photography. So basically, what a RAW photo is if you get access to a RAW photo, you can basically make changes to that photo after it's taken without losing any quality to it. So normally in photography, if you take a photo like a JPEG or a PNG, and then after you decide to change some of the colors, maybe make it add more contrast to it and make it punch out more. If you want to just make any stylistic changes, you're damaging that photo every time you make a change, and you're losing quality in the photo. But what a RAW photo allows you to do is make those changes I just mentioned a second ago, but keep that original quality of the original photo as it was taken. You're not losing any quality or getting any degradation when you make any tweaks and adjustments with them in post. And Apple has never given users access to photos in RAW format before. It's only ever given them access to JPEGs and PNGs. So whenever you've edited a photo that you've got off your iPhone in the past, you're going to be damaging it and losing quality with every edit you make. But with Apple announcing that you've now got access to Apple Pro RAW in the iPhone 12 Pro and Pro Max, professional and really talented photographers are now going to be able to edit those photos and not lose any quality and get the best photos possible from their phone. They're going to be able to put that original photo taken on iPhone into their post-production process and squeeze out as much from that photo as possible. And that's only going to be Apple Pro RAW. It's only going to be available to iPhone 12 Pro and iPhone 12 Pro Max. You're not going to get access to Apple Pro RAW if you're in the lower models of the iPhone 12 Pro, iPhone 12 mini and iPhone 12. And what's even more special here is, as well as Apple giving you editing tools within the iPhone 12 for you to edit an Apple Pro RAW photo and keep the quality, they're also allowing third-party apps to access Apple Pro RAW photos too. So if you don't like the inbuilt iPhone photo editor and you've got another app that you've downloaded from the App Store that you much prefer, it's got better controls and it just works better for you to edit your pictures, you're going to be able to use your favorite photo editing app and still edit an Apple Pro RAW photo. You've not got to be stuck to the iPhone inbuilt editing software. You can use a third-party developers app, which is just amazing news. So Apple Pro RAW is coming to those higher-end iPhone 12 phones. That was confirmed this week, and I think it's something to be excited about. Moving on. Okay, yeah, this is a really interesting one. So let's get a picture up of the iPhone camera. So let me just go to iPhone 12 Pro camera. I want to show you something quickly. Okay, so what's going to be the best photo to show you? Let's open this one up. Oh, that's really small. Come on, you're not making this any easier for me. Do 1 second. I'll get a better photo than that. Let's go back. Okay. Here's a picture of the iPhone camera. So basically what I'm trying to show you is, here we go. Yeah, now we're in business. Took me a while to get there, but we're there. So what I'm trying to show you is, you'll see the iPhone 12 Pro camera on screen now. I'm just going to make that full screen. And you'll see there's a little white circle on the top right of that camera. You've got the 3 black circles, which is the lens. But there's a little white circle on the top right. And what that is, that's only going to come on the iPhone 12 Pro and the iPhone 12 Pro Max. That's called a Lidar Scanner, I believe. Lidar. Lidar Scanner. Now this is a scanner, like I said, that's only going to come in those 2 higher end iPhone 12 models. And Apple announced that, I looked into this a little bit after Apple announced that these scanners are going to be built into iPhone 12s. And it turns out LiDAR stands for light detection and ranging. That might make no more sense to you than the word LiDAR, but basically what this means is that little scanner we're going to see on the top right of the iPhone 12 cameras, it basically uses lasers, it shoots lasers out of it to understand depth in photos. So by shooting a laser off the phone, you can see like that my nose is probably the most forward thing on my face, my eyes are the most sunken, and then you can, with that LiDAR scanner, you can register all the different levels of depth to my face that's being taken. So it basically helps the camera understand the image as a 3D model, which is pretty cool, isn't it? And the benefit of this LiDAR scanner is, first off, Apple's come out and said that LiDAR scanners is going to allow you to focus 6 times faster in low light conditions on your subject than you would have if you had to rely on their old methods of autofocusing. So as a creator or someone interested in photography or video, this is going to just make you so much more proficient in what you're doing, because you'll be able to get your phone out and start getting the content you want to record much quicker than before, 6 times faster to focus on your subject. And that's in low light and nighttime. Apple's basically said that LiDAR, so the scanner you'll see on screen now, is allowing the iPhone to see in the dark where other phones couldn't. So yeah, that's one more thing to be excited about. Low light, fast focusing on these phones that didn't exist in the past. Also, that LiDAR scanner with like the depth understanding is also going to be cool for a few other things loosely attached to photography and content creation. So it's going to allow Snapchat to make better filters, because they're going to understand depth on your face and the space behind you and around you, and be able to make augmented reality experiences better than they could in the past. So thanks to this little dot on the right hand corner here, we're going to get better filters from Snapchat, but also like in content creation, filters are important, you know, so it's going to help you as a creator having the best filters out there possible. Filters only exclusive to iPhone 12 Pros and Pro Max that other phones can't get. So if you want to be at the front of the curve, invest in these better iPhones, and you're going to be getting the top quality Snapchat filters. Okay, cool. Also a feature in the iPhone 12 Pro and Pro Max that you don't get in the Mini and the standard Pro model, that 4K 30 frames per second Dolby video that I told you that all iPhone 12s have as standard. In the Pro, that gets bumped up to 60 frames per second. So if you don't understand video, like if you're not like a video expert, the more frames per second, so the more, that's like the more images captured every second when you're filming a video, the smoother the video. So the Pro and the Pro Max, the two top tier iPhone 12s, have been announced to have double frames per second when shooting in Dolby Vision than the lower price phone. So if that extra bit of smoothness and quality really matters to you, these top two phones are the phones for you. And I think that's really a really exciting opportunity for creators out there that want to get quality from their handheld phone device. These iPhone 12s are packing it all into those cameras. And finally, in the Pro phone, like I told you earlier, if we go back to the camera, the Pro and the Pro Max has 3 lenses in them compared to the 2 that you're seeing in the lower price tier. And what that third lens is a zoom lens. Now in the iPhone Pro, not the Pro Max, but the iPhone 12 Pro, that zoom lens is going to zoom in 2 times. So 1 time is just what you see normally through your camera. It's going to allow you to zoom in 2 times with that zoom lens, that third lens you're getting in the iPhone 12 Pro. If you move up to the iPhone 12 Pro Max, you get an extra bit of zoom to 2.5 times rather than just 2 times. So that's the power of that telephoto lens that we're going to get from the Pro and the Pro Max that you don't see in the Mini and the iPhone Pro. Finally, one last thing was announced, exclusive to the Pro Max, so the very top tier phone, the iPhone 12 Pro Max. The camera, the main camera in this phone, is going to have a 47% larger sensor in it than the other models. I guess that is possible because the phone's bigger than all the other phones. 47% larger sensor in the iPhone 12 Pro Max. And Apple has said that's going to give you a further 87% improvement in low light conditions. So I spoke about all the features before that the iPhone 12 range as standard have to help you in low light conditions. It's got those software, so deep fusion, night mode, the camera with a low aperture. In the Pro Max, you've got that larger sensor giving you an 87% improvement overall in dark situations on top of all that. So if shooting in low light conditions and nighttime is a priority for you, you need to get onto that, get that Pro Max and start shooting. Great, so that's the roundup of the iPhone 12, what we saw this week, the specs that Apple announced that I think are most relevant to video creators that watch this channel, influencers, content creators. It's the cameras really that matter most to those people. You've got features helping you with low light conditions, more color and punchiness in your videos and pictures, and also what else are we going to get? Oh yeah, you're getting some zoom in your more expensive phones, and you're getting access to raw photos to maintain even all of that quality through editing process to when you're ready to publish your photos. So what did you think to the iPhone 12s, whether it's the iPhone 12, the iPhone 12 Pro, let me start again, the iPhone 12, the iPhone 12 mini, the iPhone 12 Pro and the iPhone 12 Pro Max? I tell you what, like, one thing Apple doesn't do well is make it easy to remember all of these phones and all the names. But yeah, those are the 4 phones. What do you think of them? Are you excited? Is anyone planning on getting an Apple iPhone 12? If you are, which one of those 4 models are you looking to get and why? I'd love to hear from you in the comments. I've got an iPhone 10 currently. I actually think I'm going to wait until the iPhone 13 or 14, just to be honest with you, because I get on just fine with my 10. And I have never experienced any huge obstacles and be able to create what I want to create. But I think, so I personally don't see the need to upgrade yet. But if you've maybe got like a 7 or an 8 and you're starting to notice that like lack of quality on your phone, I think a 12, this new 12 announcement is definitely a big enough increase in improvement from the previous phones to justify existing. And the 12 being at the head of the pack is the way you should go. Oh yeah, so cool. So that is iPhone 12s covered, ran through, explained. we're going to move on now to round off the podcast. First off, I've added some new tech into my live streaming setup. So you might notice throughout this stream, when I move my head, that this camera is moving with me. Now, I haven't got a live cameraman like filming me right now, but I actually downloaded some technology to allow me to do this in my streams. So let me get the tech up that I'm using in this other window. Basically, what I downloaded is a free piece of software called the Nvidia Broadcast App, which Nvidia has released this week to help streamers get better streams. One of the tools that's included in the Broadcast App is this face tracking, which I think is working pretty well. Let me know what you think to that. I'm just going to get the website up now. So here's the website to the Nvidia Broadcast App. Just loading on my slow internet connection. Okay, let's get it up now. So here we go. Nvidia Broadcast. So this is what I've installed that's allowing me to do this face tracking stuff. And basically, this app just has like a ton of features to help streamers. I know that a lot of aspiring streamers watch these videos, gaming streamers and live streamers. And I've been messing around with this app for about a week now, and I'm finding it really interesting. So I thought we'd just run through some of the features to show you like what it can do for your live stream. So first off, we've got this face tracking app. There's another feature it has included, which I'm going to switch to now, which is background blur. So I'm going to try and do this in real time. So cool. Here's my video. If I use the background blur that comes in the Broadcast app, my background should become more blurred. There we go. And if I take it off, we should lose background blur. Yeah, so it's sharp again. And if we turn it back on, we should get background blur. And you can see that what the AI is doing there is it's picking me out from the background, blurring the background, and keeping me in the foreground. So that is feature number 2 that comes in the Broadcast app. We've got the face tracking that I have been using this whole video, the background blur, and finally, it also does background removal. So it just picks me out from the background, no green screen or anything, free app, and I can now remove. Hey, don't know what happened there. For some reason, my laptop decided to shut down. Technical issues, they happen to everyone. I can see Sean saying they've noticed that I froze. I should be back now. If I am back, please let me know in the comments. But yeah, I'm going to try and pretend that didn't happen, edit that out once this goes onto my channel so that people watching this in the future don't see that blank spot for like 3 or 4 minutes. But my computer just completely shut down. I have to turn it back on, get back on the internet, scramble on here. I'm back. But like I was saying, the Nvidia Broadcast app is out now. It's got face tracking, background removal, background blur. I'm going to do a full video on this technology on Monday, so in 3 days. So make sure to tune in for that. And I'm running through the tech I've just shown you, and also a really amazing, the most impressive tech out of the whole free bundle of software that Nvidia's have released for streamers. that like helps you get better quality audio. I've been using it this whole stream. I'm going to show you exactly what that is in the video on Monday. So I want to finish this live stream off by showing you some of the Nvidia Broadcast features that it provides you for free for streamers, and to sort of lead up and promote that video that's coming on Monday. So I hope you've enjoyed the stream. Sean Mack is saying, get the Samsung A51 instead, much better cameras, and you're not paying over 1K for a phone. Controversial. You've got a Samsung fan here rather than an iPhone fan. I mean, yeah, he goes on to say, if you prefer Apple, that's okay. I used to have a Samsung phone, and I realized that all of the best apps and all of my friends used Apple phones. You know, they had iMessage because they had iPhones, and there were apps I couldn't get on the Samsung store, but I could get on iPhones. So I just decided to move to Apple myself. So that's why I'm an Apple fanboy. It's why I found the recent live conference that Apple did really interesting. But if you're a Samsung fan, that's all good. And like you say in the comments, like Samsung are a bit cheaper than iPhone, so you might want to go that way. But do they have all the features that I mentioned in this live stream? Who knows? All right, anyway, thanks, Sean, for commenting. Thanks, Trippy, for commenting at the start as well. Really appreciate it. I'm going to wind this up. Make sure to check that video on Monday where I run through that new technology that Nvidia is giving all streamers to up their quality of their stream and take it to the next level. I think it's going to be a really good video, one of the best ones I've ever done. Any questions for next podcast, you can leave them maybe in the comments to this podcast once it's up on my channel, or you can catch me on like Instagram and the YouTube community tab where I ask you for like questions and stuff in advance of the podcast. Really appreciate you watching, everyone. Peace out. See you very soon. Let's end this broadcast. Bye.